Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm here reviewing some new products that I've never tried before. This is going to be a first impressions type of try on video, as well as my final thoughts as I worn the products all day long. So I'll check back at the end of the day and let you know after a good like 8 or 9 hours of wear how it all performed. And the products that I'm going to be testing out is from the brand Catrice. I have a whole bunch of different things here: eyeshadows, primer, concealer, some lip products as well. So I picked up a whole bunch of things from my local Ulta. They now have Catrice and I'm excited for this. So if you want to see me try on and review some Catrice products, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, so I have the products here in front of me and I wanted to get enough so I could create a full face of makeup. The only item they're missing is foundation. They may have it on their website, but as far as what Ulta is selling, they do not. But I was able to get a lot of stuff and I passed over a bunch just because I'm really just trying to dip my toe into the Catrice pool, so to speak. If you're not familiar with this brand, it is a European brand. It's actually a German brand and they are owned by the same company that Essence is. So they are pretty much the same. The packaging does feel a little bit better quality than Essence. I know that Essence actually has a few items that are awesome and very well loved in the beauty world for something that is probably like $2 or $3. It's super affordable, and Catrice is basically the same thing as far as price. Let's get into the first thing, which is a primer. They did have 3 different primers and I picked up the Prime and Fine Beautifying Primer. It's a soft focus effect, long-lasting, naturally illuminating, even skin tone optically. So there you go. The packaging's nice. It's a nice squeezy tube. It says it's a rose primer and it has vitamin E in there. And yeah, let's see what this is all about. It feels a little thick and creamy. Not as flippy as my Too Faced one. It does smell, oh wow. It actually reminds me of the Olay, like the classic Olay pink moisturizer that they came out with, I don't even know, like forever ago, probably like 30 years ago. And that's what this smells like. Feels nice. It doesn't feel overly tacky, but enough little tackiness to let your foundation really stick to it and hopefully be long lasting. Go ahead and just slap on my foundation quickly because I'm just using a Maybelline one. I chose this one because it's one I know performs well on my skin and I want to give these products the best possible test. So I'm going to use this. I'm in the shade Classic Ivory. It's slightly dark, so I'm going to have to blend it down my neck today, but I'm going to go ahead and apply that and I'll be right back. Okay, so all the foundation's on and I love this foundation. Let's just do a little side note here. It's so good. It's a drugstore, but the primer actually, I think, allowed this to cling a little bit better. And I don't mean cling in a dry patches kind of way, just apply to the face so smoothly. I did use a damp beauty sponge. This is the new Eco Tools one. It came in like a little duo. I can't. It's so good. I actually don't know if I like this better than the L'Oreal one, but no need to get Beauty Blender anymore because honestly, there's so many more affordable ones, but let's move on. I'm definitely going to continue to use this. So far, first impressions. Let's see if it helps make my foundation last longer. Now let's go on to concealer. So I have here the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. Nice packaging. You know, nothing out of the box, but a very nice heavier plastic. And it says on the top label here, waterproof. We will find out. I picked up the shade 020 Light Beige. They did have 3 total shades in the range. I think this would fit me the best. And we will find out. It does say liquid high coverage and ultra long lasting concealer perfectly camouflages under eye circles, spots, and even tattoos. Now that's a big claim if it's going to cover tattoos. I'm just going to put a few. Ooh, this applicator is a little scratchy. Let's see how that works. I'm only going to do one under eye at a time. I'm going to grab my sponge because that's how I blend out all my concealers. Does this have a smell? Ooh, this is a very strong, almost perfumey. Ooh. I don't really smell it while it's on my face, but when I had the applicator close to my nose, it's so strong. I'm not really feeling this high coverage. I mean, I know you can build it up, but the Tarte Shape Tape will just go on full coverage with just a few dots. I don't always go so full coverage under the eyes for my everyday, but you know, if something's claiming to be, I really want it to be that way. Okay, that was better. I think you can't go light on the application if you're looking for a fuller coverage. I think this is definitely a buildable one, but the whole cover tattoo thing, I don't know. I don't think I agree with that just yet, but it looks nice under my eyes. Let me get a mirror to keep close to me. Wow, actually, I like that. It feels very light under my eyes, even though I applied 2 layers. It's not clinging to any of my fine lines and crepiness. It feels hydrating. It has a bit of like more of a luminous kind of finish. It's not flat or matte. So if you have drier under eyes, you might like this. First impressions. I think this is a winner so far. Again, we'll have to see how it wears, but yay, I like this. I think I'll continue using this if it looks this good throughout the day. Okay, I am gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna slap some powder on and I'm going to do my brows since I don't have that product, and then we'll be back for the eyes and blush, highlighter, and lip products. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the brows on. I did do powder and bronzer, and I used my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium, and even over the concealer, nothing looked overly dry. The under eyes look nice. It didn't cling with that concealer. I found that even though it's a little illuminating and just looks hydrating under the eye, it doesn't stay overly wet. That powders kind of cling to it. Again, I'm liking that so far. So let's dive into these eyeshadows. These liquid metals. I mean, what? These look gorgeous. And I just wanted to see how the formula was. So it says ultra smooth powder eyeshadow for a spectacular liquid metal effect. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I want to try. I kind of want to do them all and just create a very simple yet blinding look. I want to do first is I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to use the bronzer, the Glam bronzer from L'Oreal that I used on my face, and I'm going to use this for my transition and just kind of throw that into the crease all over the lid, just so I have something to balance out this more metallic eye look. First off, let's go ahead and say the colors that I picked up. I have this brown one that says Nougat It Right. It's kind of funny. I'll do swatches of these. They feel rough because they're textured, but there is a lot of pigment. Actually, they swatch not as strong as I thought that they would. Still gorgeous. The next one is Satina Van der Woodsen. That's more of the cream. Oh, that one was different. Ooh, okay. A little powdery. That's pretty. And then this more silvery one is Look Me in the Ice. I think I would like this for a center. Oh, they're a little crumbly. Not as creamy. When I see liquid metal, I think something more creamy. But these are a little rough, a little powdery. So I think what I'm gonna do is let's start off with maybe this brown one and go from there. I really don't even know how this is going to turn out because we're trying this for the first time. I'm going to use a flat brush. I don't know if this will be better with fingers. And honestly, I have all my face makeup on, so hopefully there's not a lot of fallout. So I am going to tap and I'm just going to apply. I wonder if these will be good wet, because right now I'm not seeing a whole lot of metallic with a brush. Okay, let's use my finger. All right, definitely better with your finger. Kind of like how the ColourPop eyeshadows are, just better with the finger. And then you can blend out edges with a brush afterwards. Again, I'm not getting a great liquid metal-like feel. I'm just looking at it. I love these kinds of wash of color. Throw on some mascara and go. And it was easy to blend with my finger, so it's kind of just like a one and done situation. However, this is not what the product is claiming to be like. That's where I'm not a fan of this. I like the effect, but I can get that with other things in my collection. We wet them. Let me get a setting spray or something for that. I like to use my Pharmacy Skin Dew hydrating spray. I think I'm going to use the icy shade. We'll do a nice pop in the inner corner. So I am going to dampen my brush and see if it's better wet. Okay. So right off the bat, that's definitely better with some sort of spray. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty. Let's do the same thing, but let's use this gold one and maybe I'll put it here in the center. So I'm just gonna dampen my finger this time. Yeah, so I'm a fan with a little bit of some sort of spray. Makes a difference. And let's go back in with that brown, and I'm going to use something different for a brush. I'm just going to bring that here. That's pretty. I do like how this eye look came out, but you do have to just understand that this isn't going to be something that you put your finger in and it's going to be super buttery and pigmented. Apply in like a one swipe type of deal. Okay, I have the mascara on. Now let's dive in to this blush and highlighter I have here. This is the shade right here. This was the only one they had, and it says I'm nuts about you. So that is the shade color. It's pretty. It looks like you might be able to get two different tones if you swirl completely or just maybe use that middle shade. It's not something that's blowing my socks off. It kind of just is there. I don't like the extra shine to it. Very light color and pigment, so you can work it up. So that is nice if you're a beginner and you just don't want to go too crazy and look like a clown. It's nice to kind of just build up a blush as opposed to going in and having to really try to blend it out. Let's move on to the highlighter. This looks pretty. I hope it's not rough feeling. This is the Stardust highlighter, and I didn't see any other highlighters. Did they have two? I can't remember. I feel like it was a very small selection. This is its velvety soft powder with pearl effect. Looks like it's a little subtle. I know you probably can build it up, which I like. Now let's move on to the last thing, which is lip products. And I actually already tried one of them. I have another one and I don't know where it went. It's somewhere maybe in a pocket of a coat, but I picked up the Beautifying Lip Smoother. Just to give you a little mini review of the one I already tried, the Beautifying Lip Smoother, I picked up two. I have more of the peachy tone one. and this was in the shade Coffee to Go, so it's more of a natural your lips but better kind of thing. These give a little bit of shine, not a whole lot of pigment, but that's kind of what I like about it. And it has a little fuzzy applicator, so you just kind of squeeze and apply, and I like it. It's an easy, you don't really need to look in the mirror kind of thing. And then for the volumizing lip booster, that's what we're trying today. I only picked up one because I'm always hesitant about these kinds of things that are supposed to plump up your lips and have that like menthol kind of feel to it, or cinnamon feel to it. And you know how much I hated the Too Faced one. Oh gosh, I had such a bad reaction to that. Let's see. Like cough drops, like a menthol cough drop. Interesting. It does say on the packaging it contains menthol, but not really opaque. It does, it does the stringy thing. It looks like that's it for right now. I am going to go about my day and see how these wear and all of that. So I will see you later on today with my final thoughts. I'm back. It's been about 9.5 hours since I applied all of my makeup. So I wanted to sit back down, give my final thoughts, how these items actually wore on my face, that kind of thing. So let's actually go in order of how I applied them. So we're going to start off with the primer, of course. And I don't think that this necessarily helped my makeup last longer. I, still have a lot of wear around my nose. As you can see, it's really red. I had, blown my nose a bunch of times. I have a runny nose all the time, so I always get a lot of wear here, and everywhere else is not terribly bad. It's pretty much a very normal way for my makeup to wear during the day. I do think it felt nice on the skin as far as how my foundation applied and how everything blended, and it added a little bit of moisture to my skin. But overall, I don't think it's a bad one. It's certainly inexpensive, so I'm happy with just using it for everyday use. Okay, so on to the concealer. I liked this a lot. It applied beautifully to my under eyes. It never looked dry or cakey under the eyes at all. I mean, the whole waterproof thing, I'm gonna say no on that, because if it's waterproof, then how come it just basically, pretty much wore off almost. I mean, not completely, because I still have some under my eyes, but it's not like any part of my face where I use the concealer looks flawless. I mean, I put that concealer around my nose, and as you can see, that's gone. I mean, when you blow your nose, I don't know how much you really expect any concealer, any foundation not to wear. Overall, I did like how it applied, so I'll definitely continue using this. So I'm not going to get rid of it. Would I repurchase later down the road? I'm not quite sure. I would like to try it out a little bit longer, but as of right now, I do like it. On to the eyes. Now, I don't really have much of my eyeshadow left. As you can see, it's pretty much gone. The only thing that's very much staying behind was the inner corner, which was this silver one, Look Me in the Ice. I liked this one a lot for that inner corner, and actually it's hanging on pretty well considering. I think the one that faded the most is definitely the brown one, which applied the least metallic. But yeah, I mean, it's $4.99, right? What were these? $4.99? I mean, you can't really complain. They're quite affordable. I think the biggest complaint for me when it comes down to these eyeshadows is the claim of this liquid metal. Other than the inner corner one, and even when I put this gold one on the center of the lid, it had some punch. You definitely have to use it wet if you want even more punch. But I guess when I see something that says liquid metal, I'm assuming it's going to be so pigmented and just bam in your face, and these weren't, so I was definitely disappointed. Let's go on to the blush and highlighter. The blush is pretty much gone. I mean, I have a little bit, but I would say it's pretty much gone off my face. I'm not a big fan of this. I would give the blush a pass, to be perfectly honest. I like my Essence one way better. I think that actually lasts on me for quite a decent amount of time. So this was a flop. I definitely, you know, gonna wear it here and there. I'll give it a couple more tries, but I think this is just gonna kind of go by the wayside in my collection and not get much use. Moving on to the highlighter. Actually, this one I did like. It's decent. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad, especially for the price. I mean, I still have a little bit of the shine here on my face, so it didn't wear completely off, but it is not as creamy as some other ones that I have, but it does give a nice glow to the skin. Again, this is going to be more of an icy shade, so if you don't like that type of highlighter and if you like warmer type highlights, this wouldn't be for you, but I'll continue using it definitely. I think I would like to also try that one wet. I didn't do that, and I think that would be very impactful if you're looking for a very bam highlighter on your face for a more dramatic look. Every day, it's fine on its own. Onto the lip. This volumizing lip booster, I'm not a big fan of. I think it does plump up the lips a touch, but I didn't like the stringiness, and that did go away, but it was kind of just because the lip product was just wearing away completely. I'll definitely not pick up any more of these. I may use this time to time when I'm, you know, maybe just putting on my makeup and I need something to plump up my lips before I go in with my lip product, because it is a very light shade, so it's not going to stain the lips or anything. It's easily, you know, able to wipe away. I think actually, if I were going to recommend one, I would recommend the lip smoother way more than this guy. And I still can't find the other one. I don't know where that went, but I definitely enjoy using this. It's so pretty. I'll apply some right now since I don't really have anything on my lips. This color is just a perfect, it actually kind of, it's pretty much my exact lip color, and it's sheer enough so it doesn't produce a lot of pigment. And I like the shine on it because it really does smooth the lips, and any fine lines, they kind of just disappear. So as you can see, it's a very sheer wash of color. It's more of just a glossy, pale pink tone, and I like it. It's not super long wearing, but I kind of don't care about that. It's just an easy product to keep in your purse and apply if you're looking for something very easy. Maybe you don't even have makeup on, and I don't think it necessarily helps my lips as far as the dryness, but it does give a nice little shine, and it's not sticky or stringy or anything like that. So if you are going to get one, go for the beautifying lip smoother and maybe give the volumizing lip booster a pass. I think that's actually it. Those were all my products. So I think it's worth checking out. If you're a fan of Essence and you like those products, definitely dabble in this line. I think you'll definitely find some wins. You'll find some misses, but that's okay because it is affordable and you can always return stuff. Yeah, that's it for me. I love trying new products, especially affordable ones. And let me know in the comments below if you've tried anything from Catrice and if you found that there's some holy grail product in there that maybe I haven't tried and I should pick up. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and if you're new today and you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. And also don't forget to hit that little bell that will notify you when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.